Hi everyone, I am Alchemistic. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new to me, thank you for joining me. And if you're not subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go ahead and click that subscription button and click the bell so you get notifications when I release new videos. If you're returning to me, thank you so much. Like the video if it resonates, comment, and let me know. We're going to get into this. So I want to talk about how my perception in this manifestation community, there's a lot of things that I think confuse a lot of people, especially when they're new, of creating and manifesting and things like that. So I don't like to call it manifesting because that essentially means that you're changing something, right? Or that you're bringing something to you, or that you're creating something. And I'll go more into details about this, but I don't like to call it manifesting. I like to call it self-festing. And we'll get into that. But before I do, if you would like to work with me, my links to all of my services are in the description. I have a lot of different services that you can check through, as well as I have a texting membership that a lot of my people like. You'll see lots of screenshots of my testimonials and success stories so far with that. People are loving it. There are limited spaces for that because I do put a lot of energy into those clients. So I can only take on a few every month. Okay. So check to see if there's availability and if you would like to go for that. There are other options as well. And I also have an ebook. So if you are completely new, this ebook could be for you, as well as if you're a little bit advanced, because I do talk about my top 5 methods in that I personally like. Now, again, the method doesn't really matter because you are the method, you are the technique. But if you'd like to check it out, you can check that out too. Let's get into this. So before we get into it, I do want to talk about a success story from one of my first actually, I think she was my first client. She just emailed me while I was recording my last video. And so I wanted to save this one for its own video because it is that good. So when I opened up my coaching services, this lady booked with me right away. And I didn't know who she was. I never had worked with her in the past. A lot of my past clients came back to me, so that made sense. But I mean, everything happens for a reason. But this is what she emailed me today. So she said, and also I'd say that I just opened up all of my coaching services. I think it was, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, something like that. I don't know. I posted an announcement about it so you guys can see when that was from when I'm posting this. But let's go ahead and read this email. And I'm going to post it on the screen as well. Hi, Alchemistic. I have the most amazing news and wanted to share it as in a testimonial format. And guys, if you're wondering, I have a separate phone that I use just for my coaching. So my WhatsApp is on here. This is the phone number that I use for coaching. So that's why I have it pulled up here and actually recording on a different phone here. So let's go ahead and go into this. I have the most amazing news and wanted to share it in a testimonial format for you to share with others to inspire them. I first came to you as soon as you opened up your coaching services. Maybe I was your first client. All I know is I was drawn to you and knew it was the right fit. She was my first client. I double checked. I came to you due to your cancer survival manifestation story. So that is on my channel. If you haven't seen it, I will link it in the description box. You can check that out. I had just had my yearly mammogram and they thought they may have saw something. So I was sent in for further imaging and they said it definitely looks like something, so they scheduled a biopsy. You did an audio message coaching for me, telling me exactly what I needed to hear. I did everything you said, and I just got the results back from my biopsy. No cancer. I was so scared because my family has a history of breast cancer, but you assured me that doesn't matter. All that matters is my I am. That all I need to do is be healthy, live as if they made a mistake. Imagine the cancer never being in my family history. I did everything, and I can't believe it worked. You are the real deal. I went to another coach prior to finding you right after the mammogram, and they told me since my family has history of it, there's nothing I could do. Ugh. I scheduled a live call with you for the new year to set my intentions for 2025. I'm so excited. Thank you for being here to guide us. I don't know what I would do without you. I love her so much. She is the kindest soul there is, and I'm definitely looking forward to speaking with you live. That's amazing, right? And yeah, it doesn't matter. It does not matter about your family history. And I don't know what coach this was that told her this, but I kind of want to go to them and be like, well, why did you even say that? If you're teaching manifestation, you're teaching law of assumption, how can you be so limited? So I want to share really quickly that my biological family has a history of morbid obesity. Most of my life, I was not overweight. I was not obese until a few years ago. I went through quite a bit and I packed on the weight, and just last year I was obese. I was 195 pounds at my heaviest, and I'm only 5'1". And I took a look in the mirror and I decided this is no longer what I want. This is no longer acceptable. I lost 30 pounds in 3 months. I took a break for the holidays. And then I went right back to it. And I lost another 35-ish pounds over the course of, I want to say, 4 to 5 months. Right? So what is that? 7, 8 months total to lose 65 pounds? And my assumption and my thought beginning of the year was I want to be where I was in my early 20s. I used to wear a size 5 in junior's jeans in my early 20s. Last year I was wearing a size 14 in women's. Those in the US know what I'm talking about. I am now back into a size 5 in juniors. And the thing is I got to my goal body by September. And since then, I've changed my mindset to I can eat whatever I want and I don't gain weight. I maintain where I'm at. I don't watch what I eat. I eat whatever I want and I don't gain weight. I fluctuate between 130 to 135. Now my goal is to build muscle back that I lost. But I'm still not gaining weight. I'm gaining the muscle. So that means I'm still losing body fat while gaining the muscle. Everybody's ideal, right? Because my assumption is I don't gain weight. Are my clothes fitting differently? Yes. Because of a body recomp. But this is my point. And most people in the fitness world will tell you that you can't lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. That you need to have a focus, right? That you can't do that. You can't lose weight and gain muscle at the same time. I'm not necessarily losing weight because that's not my goal. But I'm gaining the muscle, not gaining weight. So if that tells you, and again, my family history is that they are morbidly obese. My biological mother and my little sister both died from heart attacks from morbid obesity. My little sister was only 28 years old. I'm pushing 40. I've never had any issues like that. Anyone would tell you that I should have issues like that because of my family history, but it's my decision not to be that way. Right? So let's get into the whole creating your reality and manifesting. So the reason why I don't really like those terms is because here is the absolute truth. You are God, you are the universe, you are source, you are spirit, you are higher self, you are literally reality itself. Literally having a human experience. Now, logic would say, well, if I'm God, I create, right? No, creation's already finished. Creation is already done. Your job is just to have a desire and to be the person that has it. That's it. So then what happens is you shift into a reality where that already exists. So you're not creating it. You're not changing your current reality. That current reality exists and you can't change it. It exists. It's done. It is finito. Right? At least I think I'm saying that right. I don't know why that word just came to my head. The most random things come to my head, but right. It's finished. There is no changing your current reality. So when you're looking at your specific person and you're like, I want to change my specific person, you can't. You cannot change them in this reality. So you need to accept that this version of them exists. All versions of them exist. All versions of you exist. Just like the version of me that was obese existed, and now the version of me that is not obese exists, right? All I did was shift to a version of myself that I previously was. That's it. I said, I look like I did at this age. And I tell myself every day, I always look 25. I feel 25. My son is almost 20. And everywhere I go, people think he's my brother. Right? I've had people tell me there's no way I'm my age. They think I've had Botox. They think I've had filler. I have not had Botox. I would not be able to move my face. Okay? I have not had any filler. Do I drink water? Yes. Do I do skincare? Yes. But that's because I enjoy it. It's my self-care routine and I enjoy that routine. It's not for anything else. I'm not obsessing over aging. I'm living. I'm being the version of myself that looks 25. And everywhere I go, people think I am. I have young men in their 20s coming up to me, hitting on me, thinking I'm their age. So literally, it is a decision. You are deciding who you are at any given time. So it's not manifesting. It's self-festing because you're becoming the self that has your desire. So if right now you're broke, right? You don't know how you're going to pay the rent. Why are you being that version? As soon as you decide that you are no longer that version of yourself and that you are the person that has the money to pay your rent, that you are the person that money flows to you effortlessly, that you never have to worry about anything because all of your needs are taken care of by the universe, is the moment it shows up. Many of you know by watching some of my other videos is that I have previously been a client of Eric from The Power of I Am. And when I first went to him, we talked about some of my past manifestations, such as curing my cancer and a few other things. And he said, you do Christ conscious level manifestation. What are you doing here? And if you're watching this, Eric, you already know the story. All I needed to do is be reminded of my power and reminded of self. That's why it's self-festing. And so many people want to talk about self-concept, but it's in a way that sometimes there's a disconnect, okay? I understand self-concept as I'm becoming that identity that already has what I want. I became the version of myself that is 130 pounds and wears a size 5 in juniors. And it happened in a fast way, and I've had people think I was on Ozempic. I've never been on Ozempic. I just made a decision that this is what's happening. The other thing that I said is that every day my weight decreases when I was losing weight. Every day I lose more and more body fat. That was an assumption that I had. and it became reality. Everything in your reality is a decision. Everything in your reality is self-vesting, is you being that person. That is what self-concept is. It's not changing yourself. It's not, you have to heal. You have to heal this trauma because the trauma is holding you back. Woe is me. Right? Many of you that know my story, you watched the live with Olivia, you saw my story. There's a video on my channel about ego death and a bunch of other things, and I talked about an actual death. Here's the thing. I've been through every type of trauma you could possibly list off, and I still have this in my reality because I want to help others that have been through this, okay? I was supposed to be a statistic. I've been on my own since I was 16, right? I was a foster kid. I grew up in severe poverty. I grew up where I didn't know where my next meal was going to come from. I've been through every type of abuse that you can list off. I've had literal psychologists and therapists wonder why I'm quote unquote normal. I don't think I'm normal, but I mean, what normal person says the things that I do, right? But regardless, I was told I should be much different than I am. And that's why I'm telling you, it's all a decision. Your trauma doesn't define you. Your feelings don't define you. You don't need to change anything about yourself to become perfect because you already are perfect. You already are perfection. You are God. What's more perfect than God? Right? And when I'm pausing here, is that making you uncomfortable? Because if it is, you need to learn how to be still and in the moment. That's why often I pause when I talk, because I'm in the moment. This is the place you need to get to. And it's not even a place you need to get to. You just decide it. Decide it now. Decide it now. A few years ago, my son was depressed. So much so he was doing things to himself. He wasn't suicidal, but he was hurting himself. And I decided that's no longer my son. I decided my son is happy and healthy. I decided my son is full of life. And that shift happened within weeks. Because I decided it. Because he, in my reality, is just me. In your reality, I'm just you. I'm telling you the things you already know. That's all I'm doing. And I know I went completely all over the place in this video. That's how I am when my videos are not structured. So when I'm on camera, I'm not going to be structured. I don't know how to work that way with being on camera. When I'm recording and you just see the text on the screen, I'm a little bit more structured. Sometimes, not all the time. But it's my assumption that no matter what message I give you, it could be structured, it's not structured, it doesn't matter. It's reaching the right people. It's reaching the right people that need my messages. It's reaching the people that are going to resonate with me, and it's going to change their lives. It's also my assumption that the clients that I bring in already know the law, already know manifestation. They've been to other people. And I'm that last little bit to get them to where they need to be. And I love it when someone doesn't need me anymore. And I used to say this when I did tarot and people thought I was crazy. But that's the truth. You don't need me. You just need you. But if you feel you definitely need like just a different perspective, hey, I'm here. If you want to book with me just to chit chat, we can just chit chat. I've had a call recently that was not even about manifestation. They just wanted to talk. Cool. And there was nothing like negative at all. They were telling me their success in manifestation, asking about my success in manifestation. It was just a manifestation talk, but not me actually coaching them. It was fun. And I welcome those as well. So, I hope this video made sense. I am intending and assuming that it did. Like the video, comment, let me know what part of this whole message resonated with you. Stop manifesting. Stop trying to create something. Stop trying to change something. And just be self. Be the self that already has it. Selfesting. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut it here because, again, this video is now over 20 minutes. Was not my intention, but hey, it happened. And we're going to go with it. We're going to roll with it. So, if you would like to work with me, links are in the description. But either way, I'm intending that I'm going to help you regardless if you book with me or not. And it's also my assumption that everyone that watches my videos has the most amazing day or night of their lives. And I truly hope that's the case for you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.